Papa Squat coming at you. We got some more Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. I mean, how could we not? They're awesome. The cover you're seeing on the screen is To the Message. However, this song is off of their debut album from 1980 called Freedom. And this track is called Freedom. I think you will find it familiar. Once again, it's Grandmaster Flash, so you know it's going to be good. It's a little bit longer. It's just over 8 minutes. And let's see what we all think here.
Somebody, if you want to party, say party. Party, party, party. Come on. Oh, yeah.
Kazoos, come on. Kazoos in a rap song. That's fantastic. Also, I wanted to point out, this was their debut full album, Freedom was, and it sold 50,000 copies. In the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's a ton of records even at the time, but I think for a rap song, oh, hello, police people. For a rap song, or for a rap album, I think that was probably pretty significant, and I'm sure people stood up and took notice to what was going on with Sugar Hill label. Anyway, let's keep going, because this sounds like a fun song.
We got a beat that just won't end, so you better get ready to rock, my friend. You see, we got some news that you can use, and offer that you can't refuse. We're giving a party, and you got to come, because you're the one. Red, yellow, black, white, or brown. In our own way, or we can all get down. Just take your time, enjoy yourself, and you'll rock as good as anyone else. So come on, go do it, put your body into it. If the feeling is good, you might as well do it. Sing it, make no sense. Just stand in the rest. Just boogie to the beat of the funky sound. You don't rock with us, you won't have a ball. We might as well didn't rock it all. You see, we can't rock if we don't have fun. Because you're the one, that's number one. Now raise your hand up above your head if you agree with what I say. Yes, while your hands are in the air, somebody say, oh yeah, oh
Yeah. Interesting to hear actual horns being played. We also hear his little accent laugh that he does, although this time it seems to actually be have a little fun behind it, because this is definitely a party song.
the best, and I'm ready to rock at your request. Go on, go on with your best. So, alright, who's gonna do the rest? So my name is Raheem, I'm the son of a queen. I'm the king of my castle, don't give me no hassle. Young ladies in the place, put me on. When I'm a part of your life, you can never go wrong. Think at first my name was Betty Dan. The secret weapon, the master plan. I'm slick, I'm cool, I'm solid gold. They call me the Blood Kid Creole. I'm the C-O-W-B-O-Y-Y, the man so bad that you can't deny. And when you ask the cowboy to play, I'm cowboy, I never ran away. Grandmaster, the cut faster, than any known. So to the bone, full grown, he's a one of a kind. And Flash is gonna rock your mind. Flash 2 times. Big me, you and the crew, hold it. Why don't you find somebody and party?
More of the conga drum in the background, love it.
I like this part. You just. Yeah, alright.
Love the kazoo.
The bass is in the face. The heart is in your legs, rock. zodiac sign. I'm Mr. Ness and I'm ready to go. And I go by the sign of Scorpio. My name is Raheem. I don't like to bust. My zodiac sign is Aquarius. The Kid Creole is the name of mine. And Pisces is my zodiac sign. And I'm Cowboy and I'm running this show. My zodiac sign is a Virgo. And Grandmaster Flash cuts so on that his zodiac sign is Capricorn. Go try something new. What?
So zodiac signs in the probably mid-late 70s and early 80s were something that, like, people, I don't know if they put real weight behind it, but it was something that people talked about a lot more than they do today. And probably the reason why we still talk about it today is because they talked about it then and thought it meant something. It's pure goofiness. But that's why they're all going through and giving their zodiac signs. Also, Cowboy's voice is just so good.
What you gonna do? Try something new. What you gonna do? Now that you heard our names and signs, put your name into this rhyme. What's your name? I said, what's your name? You gonna try something else? Go for yourself. You gonna try something else? Go for yourself. Gonna try this game one more time. Now this time use your zodiac sign. What's your sign? I said, what's your sign?
Hold it!
Hey, why don't you find somebody and party?
Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
The ladies at you, becoming attraction. The man with the positive reaction. The man with style on the top of the pile. Melon gonna rock the long, long rock. I'm on the Rolls Royce, I got a golden voice. Gonna rock, get it right, give me the choice. Can rock to the beat, and I got it like that. And you can't beat that with a baseball bat. I can play a dumb game, and I won't feel ashamed because I got more smarts than any slick kid. I'm not the butcher, the baker, or the candlestick maker, but I miss the net, the woman's take. When I touch some girls, the girls think I'm dumb, oh, but that's okay because they all get some. I'ma tell it like this, you will never discover, but that mess is a lover. I'm the one that keeps you on when you tend to stray. I'm the just of the job, so heed what I say. This advice I give to you is for you to keep. All I want you to do is just so I reach. I'm 100% on all the time. I'm like Earl the Pearl when I'm saying the rap. I could get take on like a magical wand.
I think Earl the Pearl was a basketball player. I'm pretty, like, 98% sure.
I make all the ladies' dreams and my word is born. This is real bad and powerful. I think you with 5 hours full of the music that's so clean, the best in town. To the funky sound. Now clap your hands, do the freak dance. Become a victim of circumstance. Cause everybody rocks when flats in the crowd get down. So what is the bread?
The ruh is also fantastic.
The bread to the butter, come on everybody, let's rock one another. Hey, ass is the ass, to dust to dust. The butter rocks the monster like a five of us. You say the bread to the butter, and the butter to the bread. Don't be misled about what I said. Say dust to dust, and ash is the ash. Cause no man cuts a faster than flashes. You're the one, you're the one, you're the one, you're the one. You don't stop, and if you bite your butt, you don't stop. The back bite your butt. Just clap your hands to get on the go. Then you rock to the beat in stereo. And if you wanna help us get on the go, scream it out, say, oh, oh, oh. You don't stop. And if you wanna rock to the broad daylight, somebody say, what it look like? What it look like? What it look like? What it look like? You don't stop. I'm gonna talk about the man that's real coy. No other cool gonna keep count. 8.5, a 29 ways, yeah. A medium shirt, take a look at my eyes. You check on my head, and then you look in my eyes. Cause all I'm here to do, girls, make you hypnotize until you hip.
All right, that's a good time song. I like it. I like it. I like it. You'll notice near the end there they mention stereo, coming to you in stereo. So we don't even think about not being in stereo or even multi-channel stereo, like surround sound. But there was a point. I'm trying to find a date here. But music before a certain point was mono or monophonic. So it was just whatever. Like if you had headphones on, you were hearing the same thing in both headphones. So there was no, or on your speakers, there was no differentiation between what you were hearing, which has a big effect on how the music combines. So anyway, again, kind of an interesting thing that they had to even call out the fact that they were in stereo because probably, let's see, stereoscopic, coined in 1927, true stereo, early work, modern stereo sounds. Anyway, it's going to take me too long to find the actual... Yeah, so back to mono. The Graduate was stereo was also reserved for dramas with a strong relevance on sound effects or music, such as The Graduate, which with its Simon and Garfunkel score. So we didn't really get reliable home stereo until the 70s and 80s, and now we've got 5-channel surround sound craziness. Anyway, again, completely off topic, but it's interesting to hear the things that they call out. It's also interesting, the harmonica thing. I love in this, because this was a time in rap music that nothing had really been defined. I mean, there's a lot of similar threads between many of the songs that we've heard and kind of how they rap and repeated phrases that we hear from one song to the next, or beats, or whatever, different parts of the music that we hear over and over. But harmonica is not something that we've heard, and I love it because these guys are experimenting and they're trying to figure out what sounds good. And honestly, I thought the harmonica sounded really cool in this. These days, you wouldn't really hear harmonica. Coming up from these guys is another song that I love. And I forget exactly when it's from. Is it 81? Yeah, it's 81, so we're in 1980 right now. But I remember this song, and I just listened to like a couple, like not even a minute of it a while ago, and it's called The Adventures of Grandmaster Flash on the Wheels of Steel. And I remember that song specifically because it was really the first time I had heard somebody playing physical records as instruments, and it confused the hell out of me because he was mixing together Blondie and Queen and whatever other songs. Like, we'll get to it because it's a neat song, but that gets me into the whole like experimental sound thing that was going on in the 80s, especially with rap, electronic music, bands like Devo, bands like The Art of Noise that I freaking love, that were very much early experimental stuff. And with Grandmaster Flash, we've got really kind of the original rap group. They're experimenting with kazoos. Eventually, we get bands in the 90s like De La Soul that introduce psychedelic, hippie kind of feel to their music. Again, fantastic band. A Tribe Called Quest was very much sort of a progressive / alternative music rap group. And there's so many others. There even the gangster rap stuff that came out. So I love that there's like all these different genres that grow out of the early version of rap, and the fact that something like using a kazoo was not sacrosanct. Like they were able to do this because they wanted to do it, and it sounded neat, and they kept it, and I applaud them for that because it was very, very cool. Papa Squat, I hope you like that one because it's pretty fun, and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, check them out. Check out more of their stuff. Fantastic group. I absolutely love them. Have a good day.